Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday Night Bull Ring. We got a full panel tonight. Got the Farmageddon gang and Rosie. We got Rosie stuck in the middle there, so she's gonna have to watch out. Anyway, I'll let everybody do an intro.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, I'll start with Blue. Sorry, but we'll start with you.
That's all good. Thanks for the invite as always. We already got a pretty good crowd going out with the people that are usually here. My first time back to Tuesday in about a month, but I'll be good to go for the rest of this month, and then I'll be gone again for a month. So thanks for the invite, and let's get this thing started.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. I'd like to do an intro.
Who did you say? Me?
Yeah. You.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
What I heard was intro. Pops Quest, I'm here. Appreciate everybody out there. I'll try to keep up on the side chat, which I am terrible about doing, so I apologize if I miss you. And great panel. Good to see everybody. And let's let it rip.
All right. Thanks for being on, man. I appreciate it. Rick, is your 6 covered?
Hello. Thanks for the invite, TR. Appreciate you guys all in the external. Got the sun on. I'm working on a project here making paper guns for IDPA and building targets, as you can see in the back. But thanks for the invite, and hello, everybody on the panel.
All right, thanks for being on, man. So, Cal, would you like to do an intro and talk about the 14 channels you got?
No, I think I've done that enough. I pounded that into the ground. But thanks for having me on, TR. Everybody on the side chat, how's it going tonight? Thanks for stopping by. And let's see what we get.
All right. And I'll save Rosie for last. Rosie, would you like to do an intro? And then I'll let you go ahead and spill off with whatever's on your mind tonight going on in the world.
Good to see everybody. What an esteemed panel tonight we have on here, rocking the place. But like I say before, if you don't know me by now, I think everybody knows me on here. I'm always glad to be on TR's chat. It's hard to believe we're coming up on 2 years with this chat, which is pretty amazing. And it's a tribute to TR to put a nice, I guess you wouldn't call it midweek, but kind of getting on the midweek chat. So I think all kudos to you. I think it was interesting today, and I like to focus on investments. I'm not much on the politics part of it, but I know you're going to talk about James Comey being fired, FBI director, and I'll let you guys have that piece of meat to tear into. But it's interesting on the economic front today when I was looking, and while I'm at work and things, I managed to catch snippets of things because I monitor the markets and do trading and other things through the day. And it's interesting today that what they call the VIX, the VIX, or it's a volatility index. It measures, let's just say, it measures the wildness of the market or the lack of wildness at any point in time. And it's interesting that the market hit its lowest point. You can also call it the total calm, be calm. You could think of it that way. When you have a very low VIX reading, you have a very becalmed market with no winds blowing or anything like that. It hit a 10-year low today, which I thought was fascinating. So beware. Typically, when we get to these points of these exaggerated extremes of volatility or lack of volatility, it typically presages a pretty big move in one direction or another. And I think things are starting to come unglued a little bit in the technology sector. I know people are going to tell me, Apple became the first $800 billion corporation in the history of the world today. I get that. Expectations are very high on that. And Google's flying high, and Amazon's a cinch for $1,000 this year. I know all that stuff. I know all that stuff is going on, but I still think that there's too much baked in the cake. If you think back even 2 years ago, the fear factor was much higher as we sat here in this chat. And you compare it to today, and everybody thinks things are, not everybody, but the feeling is that things are much more manageable, much calmer, and that we got things well under control. The reality could be something very different. If you've noticed, oil prices, which I think are a real bellwether commodity in the world, they're very important. A lot of things hinge on the value of oil. The whole successes of the Middle East and stability of Kuwait and Bahrain and all these United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, they all rest on a decent oil price. And you've been noticing that that oil price has been ticking down to the $45 mark again. And I think people are starting to realize, like I said a couple of years ago, that likely the sun has set on oil for a very long time as alternatives come in and things like that. So that's one of the things that I think is people aren't appreciating the restructuring. It has to occur going forward in things like the energy sector and some of the lack of stability that's going to come in and feed in politically on that. I think that's going to be a natural result of that. So just be aware of that. Keep an eye on crude oil. You'll enjoy, of course, the declining prices at the pump once again. It'll take a couple of weeks to filter through, but it will happen, and it will provide some uplift to the economy. Now, with this complacency that I'm talking about, there is that eerie feeling among people that have been, I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to say, for 35 years I've been kicking around markets or whatever, that I've seen this before when it happens, and it typically precedes a pretty dynamic move. And I tend to think we're played out on the upside. You see IBM, Warren Buffett unloaded, I think 1/3 of his holdings in IBM. That's a real tell there, a big tell. And they're supposed to have Watson and all this artificial intelligence. But the reality is, things like artificial intelligence that we talked about on here, they don't have the uplift of job creation that, say, other sectors do in the economy and other industries, because it's a very knowledge base. You know, a brilliant mind can go a long way in computing and things like that. Whereas you take something like Pops makes their cabinetry and stuff like that, it's one man, you know, producing the cabinets, and you don't quite have the leverage that you do when you're in computing, where one person with a brilliant insight can basically lever the world, which we saw Steve Jobs and people like that through history. So I guess I'm trying to say that there's a little too much complacency out there right now. Advanced Micro Devices, a microchip producer, got slammed pretty hard this week. So that sector looks like, you know, if one of the big four goes down, which I don't know how long, you know, Google, Facebook, Apple, I can't remember what the hell the other one is, but if one of those four, what they call the big four, goes to Amazon, they're sucking up most of the money now anyway in the market. So you know, keep an eye out, beware. I think it looks like a good chart point on gold to take a position. We had a slight rally to just above 1,300 and back down to about 1,220, something in that area. It looks like a good place to pick up a little more metals in here, which I'm doing. So that's I think that's on my plate. The other thing to be aware of is the Fed is lightening up its balance sheet too. You remember we talked about the quantitative easings that they did over the last 6 years with the Federal Reserve going in and buying all these nasty mortgages and bad debts here, there, and everywhere, and sticking them into their portfolio. Well, they're letting all those things roll off now, and they're not going to be putting those proceeds back into the banking system once they mature. That money's not going to go back into the banking system. So you're going to find that that there might be a little bit of a cash squeeze coming in, especially in the second part of the year, as the liquidity dries up. So just be careful, beware. We've got a market, like I said the last time, that we've rarely been at these levels through history, and with such borrowings to be on stocks and stuff like that. So just be careful if you're in there. It's a good time to take some protection for yourself.
Yeah, it's well, hell, it's always volatile anyway, but I don't know. It just seems like it just keeps escalating. I don't know, and then it kind of steadies off, and then it builds and it steadies off. So I don't know. You know more about it than I do, but what little bit I've looked at it, I keep waiting for the damn bottom to drop out.
What was the VIX at, Rosie? Last time I saw the VIX when I was involved.
I don't know what the absolute reading was. I just got that delta that it was the lowest in 10 years, which is a real concern.
It must have been in the single digits then, as my guess. Lowest I was seeing it.
Low, because the S&P's gone nowhere the last 6 or 7 trading days. There's a lot of compression occurring in the market. There's a lot of recognition that, you know, okay, Apple's great, Google's great, we get it. Amazon's great, Facebook's great. But at what point do they face challenges that we don't see, that don't make them so great? And that's the big unknown. It always ends up shooting people in the foot when they go out on a limb and buy very, very expensive merchandise. I know we've got the tax thing built in, you know, the potential tax changes. I will say that Trump was able to get the House to pass through the Affordable Care Act repeal. I knew he'd have to put in something to sort of grandfather in or pre-existing condition stuff. They'll eventually work that off somehow or another. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes through the Senate. So just be aware, we've basically gone straight up since 2008 with a little hiccup, I think, in 2012, 2013. So just be aware how attenuated this market is to the upside. And of course, we all know that markets tend to mirror on the downside what they did on the upside. So.
Oh yeah, it's so overbought right now.
Yeah, I've been buying silver continuously. Yeah.
So you said you're into metals. Obviously, you just said silver, but like, where are you buying? SLV, GDX, GDL? Are you buying funds, or are you buying companies, or are you just buying the actual physical?
Well, I'm buying physical, but I think SLV is a great way to participate in the silver market, and GLD. If you don't know those two, they're New York Stock Exchange listed exchange traded funds, and they give you a general dollar for dollar value. In other words, if silver is $12.86, the ETF on the New York Stock Exchange, SLV, is going to be around that $12.86 level. So it's a good way that you have liquidity. You don't have to give up any of your pay a premium or vigorous to get a position. You can buy and sell with just a phone call instead of having to run to a dealer to buy and sell the silver. It's a good concept. So I think that it's proven they're great ETFs. They're highly liquid, and they make good alternative investments for those who don't want to take
they're a lot less expensive as well. And the bonus of those is actually, like you were talking about the VIX earlier, and Delta. Delta, for those who don't know, is the acceleration of price change. And so when something starts growing, like say the price of gold grows substantially over an evening, that's a delta increase. And sometimes they'll outrun the dollar for dollar, like Rosie's talking about, price. So I remember when the SLV was trading at like $65, when the actual price of silver was like even less, like far less, like $35, $40.
Yeah.
Long time
ago.
Yeah.
You can have these, you'll always have these anomalies of what they call premium and discounts in a lot of these ETFs. It's usually a little closer in gold and silver, but sometimes I can remember when positions in China, CAF, the China A fund, that that is also New York Stock Exchange, CAF, which I think is a hell of a buy myself, because I think China's really coming to life again in their market. But something like CAF, at times that will go to a 5, sometimes even a 10% premium to the actual assets that they hold in that fund. And when people are very negative on China, that will often go to a discount where you can pick up assets for less than their value, these premiums. And in other words, they're not locked in. It's all the perception of investors around the reality of the economy and the price and stuff. So that's another thing that I'm very bullish on is CAF, the China A funds that's on the New York Stock Exchange. But that's a very good point, Meet, that you can have these premium situations. You got to be very careful. You have to be super careful. That's why you want to buy in very low volatility on a very good, strong, long base. I think they give you the best moves.
Oh yeah, for certain.
I don't know if anybody else has anything on the side chat or not.
I know enough about the stock market that I'm not in it.
The only thing I'd have to ask,
I know enough about it that I'm no longer in it, except for just a basic 401k account.
Rosie,
Yeah,
I want to
I'm
ask,
out.
gold and silver has been falling over the last couple of days. Is that going to be a trend we're going to see over the next month, or is this like a? I mean, gold. I think I just checked; it would drop $70.
Yeah, it was trading up around 13. It's been in this range between like 1200 and 1280 for a long time, and it's been bouncing back and forth in that range. We took a run at 1300 and failed. I don't think we're going to break below the lows of fall and winter here. If that's the case, I always like to buy on a pullback when we're getting close to a previous support point. I don't like to chase things as they move up and above on a test of what they call a bottom. I like to buy on that test at the bottom and get positioned. If it fails, I have a very small loss. If it succeeds, then I'm well positioned for a good run on that. So yeah, you're going to have those ups and downs. I think Blue is a tribute to the low VIX. What we were talking about, the low volatility. The expectations are so high right now, and the complacency so high about this recovery in its ninth year. I think it's probably the wrong place to be. Is real loaded up on the long side now. So I'm looking at things like Tesla. I want to short Tesla so bad, and some other companies out there that there's
Netflix.
a lot of yeah, there's a lot of puffery in there. There's a lot of flim flam I'm starting to sense in some of these big high flyers like Tesla. We talked before that General Motors delivered 6 million cars worldwide, and Tesla delivered 20,000 cars. And yet Tesla is more valuable, many times more valuable than General Motors at this time. It's things like that. I get a little feeling about
it's a still small company. It might turn out to be the next DeLoreans.
So why aren't you just long General Motors, Rosie?
Well, I am long GM. I am long GM.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, good, fair enough.
I am long GM. I haven't really touched Ford. I don't think Ford ran into some problems. These car companies can never seem to get out of their own ways, to tell you the truth. They're always terrifically undervalued if you look at them, because people always are looking for the next recession or downturn to cut the legs off of them again. But they're much different companies than they were 5 or 6 years ago, for sure. But stuff like things like Tesla, when you got oil prices going down, all of a sudden, who was the car company? Hertz rental company came out yesterday and they got slammed in the market today. We all know Hertz, and they're the #1 rental car company. And they admitted that they overstocked up on efficient cars and sedans and things and all, and people were wanting more and more SUVs and things like that when they're renting. That's a big flag to me out there in terms of the cars that people were purchasing. And you know, I don't think that can be a benefit to Tesla to have a real cheap oil price. I think that just takes the wind out of their sails economically. When you start to get oil in a lot of the country and gasoline above $2 a gallon, it's you know, to me, you're either sailing with the winds of economics behind you or you're not. So I just think they're kind of sailing into this weak oil market, and I don't think it's going to provide much of an uplift for their car sales going forward. I think people want big and start to go back to big and comfortable like you used to see in the 90s before stuff went bad with Suburbans and all of that. Just my opinion. Yeah, and Linda said Tesla no longer has a friendly administration ready with subsidies. I just got a funny feeling, and you guys can check me on this on the long term. I just have a feeling a year from now we're going to be talking about Tesla and some of the flim flam that occurred with that company. So I just get a vibration in my bones about that company.
Well, it's pretty clear you have a lot more knowledge than most people that's watching this. Us on the panel. SoCal sounds like he knows a little bit about it, but the rest of us are fairly clueless other than just looking at it as a barometer. That's about all. I pay attention, but it's just kind of not because I'm playing it, just because I'm just looking at it as a barometer.
Yeah, there's some people in the side chat that are definitely following along and enjoying it. Yeah, they're going to talk about Comey Midas. I think that's probably going to be next up on the agenda. But that's all I have is my radars are on full alert, general quarters here.
Well, y'all know I've said this before in chats. I don't have any skin in the game as far as the market goes, so I don't pay attention to it. But I might look at what's going on or listen to Rosie or something once a week or something like that. But I always keep my eye on the precious metal prices, and I did notice they were tanking pretty good. So I only buy metals when the price starts to drop. And over time, my average is pretty good. I think I'll do all right in the long run. But early on in the metals investing, when things were going up, I was chasing it up. And then when you do that, it's fine. But if you're not willing to sell it when it tops, don't ever chase that mountain. Always buy the dips. That's my opinion.
Well, you'll never get the best price, but you'll sure as hell never get the worst price when you're buying it. And that's exactly why dollar cost averaging is so powerful. You're going to buy more of it when it's cheaper and less of it when it's expensive.
Yeah. I like silver. I really do. I don't know if it'll ever do anything. I honestly don't at this point, but I got a little gold too. It's all
you got to remember, Pops. They said when I was in buying that stuff for $4 and $5 an ounce, and all the way back in 2005, and those bags of $1,000 face value, it never looked like it was going anywhere at that time either, and that crap just took off like a bat out of hell again. And when you never know, but what else are we going to buy, Pops? I mean, if you come to me and say, Rosie, I just inherited $1 million. What are you going to do? Now,
yeah,
I'm willing to take. Yeah, I'm willing to take some chance. I'm willing to put 10% of it into a aggressive situation, but how are we going to make money with the other 90%?
Well,
you know what I'm going to tell you? There's nothing that I can tell you. I'm not going to tell you to short something and, you know, start playing the downside of stuff. Most people aren't psychologically equipped for that game, but I'm just saying I have to just tell you to put, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing out there.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something I've come to terms with. And people are like, oh, if you're holding cash, you're losing money. Well, okay, so you can either lose money slowly at a steady rate and know what you're doing, or you can gamble, or you can lose money at a fast rate, right? So there are options out there. Or you can make a tiny little bit of money. I mean, hell, the banks don't even give any interest on CDs or nothing no more. But so that's maybe even not an option. So I'm okay holding cash. Honestly, I swear to God, because if you have debt, and everyone has a home. If you have a home and you owe money on your home, it's okay to hold cash in equivalent to your debt obligation, because you can always take that cash that has lost its quote unquote value and pay off that debt. When you're totally debt free, then you really have a problem underfoot, because now you have to figure out, okay, I don't have no more debt to pay off. Now I really do need an investment, and then therein lies the problem. Until then, you don't have a problem.
Well, remember this too. Remember how investment markets are geared to operate. Certainly, Mead will bear me out on this. You go into with your money, or you're in a mutual fund or something, or you're in a pension fund. Hey, man, you're always shoveling money into the market, regardless of what the hell the market is doing. Your job is to invest it. Your job, sadly, is not to question value strongly enough. It's hard to tell your boss, hey, you know what? We're just going to sit on the friggin' cash because I don't see any value in the market. What's the boss going to say to you? Hey, Rosie, you're not digging far enough down there. You're not going down there. So what happens? You start to dig into second and third line companies, and then you start to load up on them, and then this shit hits the fan, and you go to sell them, and they're stuck to your fingers like fly paper. You can't get rid of them. You know, nobody wants to take them off your hands, and all of a sudden they go from, you know, a few dollars a share to zero overnight. So it's hard to say no. It's hard to tell people when you're going to charge them 1% to 2% per annum for managing your money that all I'm going to do is sit on it in the bank. But at times it's exactly the right thing to do. So that's the crazy situation I think we're in now, where I know if I walk into an investment house with Pop's $1 million, they're going to have all kinds of, Apple's going to be the first $1 trillion company, and blah, blah, his trees grow to the sky. And, you know, we're all going to be rich. If the mule doesn't kick off on the way to the mine, we're all going to be rich. And, you know, eventually the mule kicks off on the way to the mine. So I'm cheaper than hell. I want value when I buy something. I don't care if I have to sit like I sat with gold for 3, 4 years, 5 years. I don't care. I'll sit with it, because when the explosion comes, it's going to quadruple, quintuple in price fast. And I'll make up for all that sitting time.
Well, I guess the other beautiful thing about cash is, let's say the market gets cut in half. Well, if you own gold or land or something, it takes a little while to liquidate that, to turn it into something that you can go into the market with. But if you're sitting on cash, man, and the market gets cut in half, I mean, millionaires have been made overnight just by being able to do what they do. So
yeah,
there's nothing.
That's the obverse of the situation now. We'll just end this because I know people want to get to Comey. At that point in time, people were scared witless at that point to jump in. Similar to when I jumped into real estate in 2011. I mean, everybody thought I was insane, you know, and down on their knees begging. You're doing the most stupid thing in the world. The world's coming to an end. And of course, when people are like that, then I feel like I've got the greatest potential investment in the history of the world, because everybody's thinking the opposite way at that particular time. So unfortunately, when stuff gets super cheap, people are scared out of their mind because they think it's going to get even cheaper. So your dollar cost averaging in that situation pays off huge, because you have a very disciplined approach that your bucket goes in regardless of how scared people are, and you're just scooping up stuff for a cheap price, and it pays off in the end.
Well, especially at the beginning, let's just say there is a crash, we don't even say end of the world apocalypse, but just a big crash. If everything goes down in price, down in value, and whatever, even if that money technically might not be worth a shit, people don't know the damn difference, and they'll take it. And it's like buying from crackheads. I mean, you could be, you can get stuff for pennies on a dollar.
Well, people should be fearful when they're greedy, and greedy when they're fearful. That's the big payoff when you're investing, is if you can keep your balls, so to speak, when everybody else is panicking and it looks like the world's going to end, then you're going to do okay. And conversely, this is like real estate in 2005 to me, when everybody was all, you remember TR a couple of years ago, I came on and showed you the covers of Time, Fortune, and Money Magazine, May of 2005. There was three all put on their cover how great real estate was. And if that wasn't the greatest signal in the history of the world that it's time to get the hell out of real estate, I don't know what was. So it's those kind of things where something's so overloaded with thinking on one side that there can't be value. There can only be losers coming out of that situation, because it's a very Darwinian sort of thing. The ill-informed and the followers get sheared like sheep.
Yeah. Well, I guess overall, just
I want to grab those magazines. I want to show Meat. I want to show him the covers of those. He'll like this.
Okay. I think it's good to be diverse. If there's anything I've learned about economic, or as far as your money management, whatever, I don't make enough money to invest in shit, so it's not that big a deal. But from what I've learned, diversity is your friend.
That's absolutely right.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Fear is your friend in investing. Absolutely. And complacency is your enemy. This was Time Magazine, and it's June of 2005. Home Sweet Home. Right.
That's the year actually I sold my house, my first house that I ever bought.
Oh, it is.
And it was, I made literally 300%. It was great. I had to give half of it to my ex-wife, but whatever.
Yeah, you were smart, Meat. But this is replete with stories inside of people that rushed to Las Vegas and couldn't wait. Here's some of the happy people. Couldn't wait to stand in line for some of these new developments. This is Fortune Magazine, Real Estate Gold Rush.
Yeah, I was a part of that in the cabinet business. I mean, we were flying high. I mean, it was the good old days, man. It was ridiculous money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then Money Magazine, and if you ever put your money where money says to, you're making a hell of a big mistake. They put out a whole special issue just dedicated to investing. Now, that's the kind of stuff that got my attention at that time, and it's the kind of thing that had me running for the exits on some of my real estate stuff over the next year. So,
I've made a bunch of damn money in real estate, but I've lost a shitload in real estate. So there's opportunities both ways. It's a timing game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it sure is. The real estate investor, the tycoon's big lament, though, please, praying, just give me one more bull market in real estate. And I promise I won't piss it away this time. And of course, the bull comes again and he pisses the bull away. And that's that. So it's all about cycle and timing. And That's it. But that just shows you how often the popular press can just be on the totally wrong side of the preview of coming attractions and what's happening in the future.
I'm just glad the lending isn't what it was then now, because we're sitting at a time where it could get bad again. But it's kind of, you know, real estate is good now, but it's not
Well,
like going
you know,
haywire, you know.
delinquencies are rising. You know, the mortgage delinquencies are starting to go up again, and we've got
Oh, really?
car payment delinquencies. Things, you know, it's really harder to get qualified for loans. People I know gone to try to buy a car, and they're priced down on cars now because their credit's geared down. You know, it's just, I don't know if the standards are ever going to be loosened enough to sort of put a prop under the market here before it sort of weakens again. Some markets are strong. We've certainly been strong here in California, but we've got a real strong population base. Other places are economies on the decline, and there's nothing ever going to prop them up again.
Yeah, we're one of the most popular places on the planet to move to.
Yeah.
It's as strong as it gets here right now. And they're not building houses anymore. They're building 400-unit high rises, literally everywhere around the town, because there's not enough room to build enough houses to satisfy the people moving here.
Yep.
I want to get the hell out of here because of that, but yeah, I grew up here. So.
Well, you got a big chunk of land, don't you, Pops?
Yeah, but that's an hour and a half away. I just want to get away from all the freaking masses.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, I just thought the viewers might find that interesting, that little exercise in popular press and investing. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Jim Cramer that always said, and I don't listen to him anymore out of self-preservation, but yeah, he always said if the media and the news networks were pumping and shouting and screaming about any one sector, it was time to jump off the ship, sell everything you had in it, and move on.
Well, there's that old saying: if everybody's jealous of what you have, you better let them have it. You know, that's the old axiom my boss taught me. Besides the 3-6-3 of banking, borrow at 3, lend at 6, and be on the golf course at 3. 3-6-3. That's all I ever had to know about banking.
Yeah,
I always heard that if you did the exact opposite of what Jim Cramer said to do, that you would fucking make $1 million overnight.
Yeah,
that's any of his stock recommendations. Yeah, but he was kind of right on when he said, you know, as soon as like Newsweek magazine came out and started telling you what to buy on the stock market, it's probably time to sell whatever it is they're recommending.
You guys,
that's trying to pull the retail market in, though, so those fucking people at the top can scoot out. That's all that was.
That's exactly right, Pops. It's called a handoff, like in football. You go running through the middle and take that football, and you get crushed by the linebackers right in there. You fumble, you're gone, game over. That's the way. That's exactly what it is. The liquidity's highest at the top, or the ease of buying and selling, because it's the smart hands handing off to the weak hands at that point, unloading their stuff, putting out one last favorable news story that gets everybody stampeding into, say, Apple or Google or something like that, and then the bottom's going to drop out of that. So it's a good way of looking at it. That's exactly right. You know, you're 100% correct on that.
Okay.
So I heard Trump fired someone today. I didn't recognize the guy's name, but
You were FBI director.
Yep, Comey's out. Is it Comey or Comey? I think it's Comey.
Comey, James Comey.
Yeah.
Right now it's Yo Homie.
I'm just reading an article here that he was giving a speech to FBI employees in Los Angeles when the TVs in the background flashed he was fired, and he joked by saying, "Oh, that's a pretty funny prank." Then his staff pulled him aside and said, it's not a prank.
That's right, Com. That's the reality. Yeah, I heard he was just on his way there, but I guess it makes it even juicier.
That's some cold shit, man.
Well,
I'm glad to speak with you employees today. You're doing a great job. Go.
you're a great organization you're joining. Of course, I won't be here after this speech, but
That was that's cold, man.
Yeah, fucker don't play, man. Period. I fired a lot of people. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say I'm going to go grab a couple tacos. I'm hungry. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, it is Taco Tuesday. I've fired a lot of people in my life, just being in a business where you got to hire and let people go. And early in my dealings with people that that would come and go, it was tough. Then there's something happened about 20-something years into being self-employed. I kind of get off on it now, firing people, but only when they deserve it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I know that sounds cruel, but I give everybody a hell of a good shot. But damn it, when it's time to go, it's time to go, and I embrace it.
Yeah, well, you being the employer, I'm sure it took a little bit of time to get used to that or get accustomed to it. But as a employee, I've literally begged my bosses to fire people. It's just like, dude, we'd be better off without them.
Well, my main guy that runs the shop, he'll come in and say, this guy's got to go. And I will literally follow him out of the shop and tell the guy to get the hell out of here. So I respect his opinion a lot. And so I've done that. I won't even wait. I'll just be like, if he says he's got to go, I'll be like, okay, I'm on it.
See, where I work,
go ahead, Combs.
As a places I've worked, they wait till lunchtime, let you go to lunch, back up your email, lock out your account, and then when you come back from lunch, take your ID card at the door and say, here's a box, get your stuff.
Yeah, we don't have all that high-tech shit. We just tell them to get their tools and get the fuck out.
Well, I've said it many times, at least where I work at. I work in manufacturing. But it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got a landscaping business with 2 employees or 1 employee, or you own a plant that's got 200 employees. Every employee, I don't care if they're management, the fucking janitor, or whoever they are, they're either an asset or a liability. There is nothing in between. You're one of the two. If you're a liability, get them the fuck out of the way, because they're costing you money. Mm-hmm. They're disrupting the entire process. Either you're an asset or liability.
Yeah, and one liability can turn 10 assets into almost numb, because there's like a fucking monkey wrench in the whole damn cog of wheels. So you gotta get them the hell out of there quick.
Is it bad for me to say that in my 38 years, I've only had 6 jobs, and I never got fired from a single one of them, regardless on how stupid they were?
I'm 48. I've only had 3.
I've had a bunch of jobs. I got fired from a motel one time. First job I ever had, I got fired from.
I'm counting like working in high school, working at the grocery store, or the actually, where did I started out mowing lawns?
That don't count.
Yeah, gas, but it was through a company though.
Did you get a 1099?
Oh yeah.
All right, that counts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like I just turned 16 years old, so I mean, it was a grass company, a gas station, a grocery store, a hospital, the first police job that I started at, and then the one I'm at now. So by 21, I was pretty much locked in. which is
All
way
right, I
too
had
humble.
4 jobs. I got a job when I was 16 fixing video machines. Rebuilding the coin, you put the quarters in, rebuilding that mechanism.
Nice. How many
'Cause
quarters did you get?
I gotta wait till that statute of limitations expires.
I think it's there.
But the door was standard. So, if a machine was acting up, you just swap the door out, bring the door back, and start changing the springs and stuff. Oil it up, and get it going. They had some test jigs in the back, and you had a machine that had a handle on it. You just squeezed the handle and drop quarters. Boom, 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 and hit the switches that counted the credits. And if you get like 20 quarters through it at one shot, and it registered all the credits, then you can put it back on the floor. They had tokens, not quarters. They got rid of the quarters.
Yeah, fucking tokens.
Yeah, but the tokens, they were the same size as quarters. So like,
Yeah, but
said, you can't make tokens that are like quarters because people are putting them in payphones. So then the whole mechanism had to.
Didn't they wait it wasn't it the weight that made it trigger whatever?
I'm not sure. I gotta say, I got the job working for a guy, and I was just kind of like watching what he did, and then he would just go in the back and drink. Once I had it down, I had to swap out a drawer. Here's a set of keys. Just keep moving them in and out. Only he let me replace the parts.
My first real job was at a motel, and every day after school I get dropped off there, and then one of my parents would pick me up, or I'd walk home or take the bus or something. But I worked there for a year and a half, and I got fired. The manager got fired for like screwing some maids in a room or something shit like that. And the owner of the place, he would never come up there, but he come up there that day to fire that guy. And I'm like fucking 15, 16 years old. He looked at me. He's like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm like, I do the lawn work. I paint the lines, whatever. And I was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "I'm the owner." And he said, "You work for that guy?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you're fired too." I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm getting shit canned because this dude, And I was pissed off. I was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm out of here." He kissed my ass,
I was waiting for TR to say something. I found my little Lego man with the AK-47 there, TR. That was an honor.
And a rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket launcher, pistol. That's my little Lego AK. So next time you give a giveaway, that's what I'm going to show.
That would have worked for Rob's AK video.
You need to get that little bastard a bottle of Patron.
I got a little mini bottle of Patron I bought for TR, but the post office said I couldn't mail it to him.
Weight ratings.
Well, just do a video about it, and I'll put you in my giveaway.
I will. I was actually looking for the bottle here on the table somewhere.
That's the occupational hazard.
I'll put this little RPG in it for you, TR. Does that work?
There you go.
I got this little SBR you can have. No tax stamp required.
Yeah, that would be considered a short barrel
I
drop.
got a bazooka here then.
What's that, some kind of pump?
Yeah, I got a couple of spitballs you could use.
Here's any other weapons?
Well, shit, if we're going to get silly, I got a knife right here.
Yeah, well, Blue's got the best, the CC replacement pistol. Where's it at, Blue? Ah, there it is. The high capacity. It's got 25 lines.
I keep that bitch right beside me. You never know when you're going to need it.
All right, let's see the action.
That is my origami skills.
And I made a wooden AR-15 one time, but my wife ended up throwing it away. I wish I had it right now.
You can borrow one of these guns, Rob.
That's California. California legal. Go ahead, Rosie.
Yeah, what is that? Is that an antenna tuner on your
That's two of them.
That's cool. Okay, good. That's cool.
Well, I feel kind of guilty. You know, part of my channel here is I can't afford to buy all this stuff. So every time one of my buddies gets some shit, I go over to their house and take it. And as you can see, I'm not real good about giving it back.
See, that's where Patron comes in. You don't have to apologize.
As you can see, every time somebody gets a new radio, I'm over in the car and I'm like, hey,
You get a radio.
I thought you're opening a thrift store.
You might as well go one step further and just start handing those out as gifts.
I can't. Yeah, but eventually, people are gonna stop. I got a few buddies like every time I pull up, they're like, "No, I don't even know why I'm here." No. I heard you got a new
thumbs
radio.
up.
What's that?
Oily Prepper said, "Hit some or not." Oily Humble's home now. Hit the thumbs up, gentlemen, ladies.
Are you a ham radio operator, Rosie, or just a tech?
My brother was WA3LPJ way back when, and when I grew up in Baltimore, one of the big highlights was when he got on 40 meters or something with McMurdo Air Force Base down in down in the Antarctica one night, and hooked up with them. Yeah, he was real big into it. At that time, I learned Morse code and everything, but I never really got around to sitting for the novice license. You had to know Morse code back then. But I unfortunately went to CB radios because I was really hooked on Smokey and all the trucker movies in the 70s. And
all right.
We got ourselves a convoy, so I kind of went to CB radios and used to harass people on CB and stuff.
So you're from Baltimore.
Baltimore, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, I lived there a year on Henry Street on Locust Point.
Oh yeah, down there near the terminals in Locust Point, the Marine Terminal. And all
Yeah,
that. Yep.
Fort McHenry, in a row house next to a bar called Henry's Bar. And my parents.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah, my grandfather grew up right across the street from Babe Ruth. They used to hang out there, and I lived in Little Italy for quite a while on the other side of the harbor. Canton Street, South Exeter Street, over where Nancy Peluso's
used to sit out on the front stoop on during the summer, and the old ladies would rub rubbing alcohol on their legs to keep cool, and watch the cops come and drag people out of the bar because they were acting up.
Yeah, everybody would get out and scrub their marble steps on Saturday morning. Old Dutch cleanser, make them gleam.
I'm glad we moved.
Well, how long ago was that? Because they did a lot of gentrification. All that area is like all expensive homes down there now, and Federal Hill. And
I want to say 80, 81.
Oh yeah, you were in the high rent. You're in the high rent district there now.
Well, they used the term "living on the right side of the tracks" liberally when I was down there. My stepfather got a union job on a tugboat building the tunnel. There's the Fort McHenry Tunnel for 95.
Yep.
And
I know a lot of our family used to know a lot of people in the longshoremen down there, and hell, I worked at Bethlehem Steel and Domino Sugar, Bethlehem Steel Key shipyards doing engine rebuilding and stuff. So
they built the sections for the tunnel somewhere up in Pennsylvania, and he would go up in a tugboat 3-4 days, and they'd float down. They'd get them in position and sink them, and then they get bolted together. Rocks and dirt put on them. They get another section, and then my sister got a job when they cut the bulkhead open and all the water poured out, getting all the mud and the fish and the crap out.
Yeah,
her job was a mucker. That was her job, a laborer as a mucker, cleaning out each section.
Yeah, well, those were the days. Rick's like, I was 10.
That's my stepfather. My stepfather got a.
I was already precision balancing 24-cylinder crankshafts on for marine vessels.
Call it wisdom, Rosie.
My stepfather would come home with his paycheck on Friday, and the bars would cash paychecks.
Oh yeah, they still do. Yep.
Yeah, no direct deposit. And my mother would say, "Go with your stepfather. He's going to cash his check," and he'd peel off a couple hundred, and put it in his pocket, and I'd walk home with the rest of his paycheck and give it to her.
Well, I'll just leave it at this. Those homes, they sold a lot of them for $1 each. Some of those beautiful brick homes down on Federal Hill and all that stuff was $1 a piece, and they probably all go for $300,000 to $400,000 now down there. They've done so much renewal.
The only place I want to put.
The rest of the city's a shithole. It's like the donut. Outside of it's good, and a little ring in the, outside of the donut's good. The donut's rotten, and then the little inner core is good there. So.
Only real estate I want to buy now is the lot to my left, to my right, and below me and above me out in West Virginia. And if I win the lottery, I'm buying every lot in that mountain except for my neighbor and throwing everybody off.
Well, I have a lot of good memories of Paw Paw, West Virginia, Harper's Ferry, all those places, canoeing and all that.
Oh, you know where Romney is?
Oh yeah, I used to camp as a scout there all the time. Yeah.
Okay, well, my retreat's in Romney.
What a beautiful area.
I look off my deck down Main Street in Romney.
That's beautiful. Well, hashtag instantly jealous.
Now we have 2 traffic lights in town. They put one in for the deaf kids at the school that clicks by the McDonald's.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the town I grew up in's got a red light now. They moving on up.
Listen, TR, I like sitting on my deck. I get my Michelob Ultralight, and I watch that red light, and you can kind of make out the Sheets next door. And there's only 2 bars in town, the Brass Rail and the Legion. And Romney is the seat of government for the county. So you got state police, DNR, town cop, and sheriff's office. And these people still get behind the wheel. And you can see it happen. The blue light, you know they got picked up when you see the yellow light come and take the car. And this happens
Comms, do you have problem getting your signal out sometimes I'm imagining you got some fairly steep mountains around you there for propagation of your signals and stuff?
Not at all. I run 5 watts on a loop antenna. I'm at 1,800 feet. The only obstacle I have running that radio is if I trip over a 12-pack.
Okay, there we go.
I'm still trying to get me one of those loops, dude.
Oh, I forgot to email that guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, if you don't know that, that's a really gorgeous area down there, especially in fall.
I'm all bummed out. My peach trees are finished for the year.
Would you have peach leaf curl disease?
Yep, that's it. Didn't have it last year. Last year it was some fucking moth, and I bought all the chemicals.
Yeah, we spray a little copper on them every winter, and that way we avoid that.
I just did this research, Rosie. I was like, all right, why are these leaves curling up? I'll go buy some chemical for it. And they're like, here's the chemical. Spray it in November. Yeah, I'm a little late for that now.
Yeah, we spray twice a year in the winter so we have beautiful. You can see it on our page. We have the orchard featured once in a while, so we've got nice peaches out there and plums and stuff. So
well, next year I'm gonna spray them with diesel, kill everything. I'm gonna put coal dust on them.
Yeah, well, no.
Just because I can.
Guns.
So I don't know if any of you guys know it, but there's a dude that just showed up in the audience named Fat KD. He used to do a lot of videos. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This guy's been in like isolation for some reason or another on YouTube, but everybody go point your finger at him and like make fun of him right now.
Was he in lockup?
Fat KD. Oh no, he wasn't in lockup. He was just lazy and
sorry. Most of my
Maybe
friends
fat,
are
you know, a little just, he's just a dickhead, but he's a good dickhead.
Hey, SoCal, is he an OP?
No.
Not an original
Well,
prepper?
yeah, I guess he qualifies as an OP, but I don't know. His channel never really got big. It should have, but it never. I don't know. We all get lucky, you know. And
Well,
he
if ev-
didn't.
If people call you dickheads, that might have something to do with your channel.
Okay. Or a meathead.
big me.
Well, Rick's got a phaser.
Hell yeah.
Would you buy some props
This
from
is the new
Star?
CZ.
It's a
Right.
laser. It's a laser guided death ray.
It's like
It
you
looks
bought
like
the
a-
props from Star Wars.
Man, I've
It's a plasma blaster.
been building a cool ass project. Check it out.
High point.
You guys want to see it? Boom.
That's good.
Watch this. Behind me.
Good thing they're only letting you use
Look
scissors.
at that shit. Boom.
I thought you were doing laundry.
And not the pointy scissors, the rounded ones.
That just happened.
That thing
Hey,
was
is
not-
Is that something you're supposed to shoot at?
Yeah, I'm building targets. I'm running the course Thursday.
Okay, you do realize that everyone's going to shoot the shit out of that target, and it's going to be worthless.
I
Like
don't
the
give a
next day.
fuck. They can shoot these too. If you got one of these, you're a bad guy.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get those made up at?
If you got one of these, you're a bad guy. But if you got one of these,
Cell phone, you're a good guy.
don't shoot them.
You're a freaking teeny bopper, freaking retard.
Oh, hold on. Here's your phone.
Well, if you got a phone,
Hello?
you could be anti.
Rob?
You could be anti.
Rob?
Could be anti-fa if you got a gun. I mean, a cell phone, and maybe you need to be shot as well.
Oh, those guys are fucking retarded. We're not even going to give them the time of day.
Stick some coat hangers down that PVC, Rick. It might not collapse when people shoot it.
No, the target's it's way down there.
They're going to shoot that PVC. You're going to get those things set up. 20 minutes into this, they're going to shoot that PVC. Put some coat hangers down it.
No, that's wood stakes
What the
coming
hell's a
up.
coat
out.
hanger's going to do?
What am I looking at? Looks like PVC. Oh, that's wood
Yeah,
frames?
the wood.
One
Oh,
by
I thought it
two
was-
is going into
I thought it was
1
all
inch PVC.
PVC.
But you're right. They are still going to shoot the piss out of it.
No, they can shoot the piss out of the wood. Here.
Oh fuck! Here we go. Show and tell. Jesus Christ.
Check it out. Here's
Fuck.
the gears.
Wah, wah, wah.
The gears, baby.
There goes the chat.
I'd shoot that PVC out of principle.
That's because you suck. You don't know how to shoot. You're not allowed to go.
At the
I've
base,
already
just knock the
said-
whole damn thing down. Just shoot at the ground.
Bring that shit to Farmageddon. We'll tannerite the fuck out of it.
That PVC
That's
would
already
get
getting the point of this shit.
out of it.
You're not supposed to hit the PVC.
See,
Where's
that's
the
why
phone?
Remember
everybody-
that. Bring it to Farmageddon. We'll all miss the PVC. Promise.
And then I got
You should
I got Bob. I'm bringing Bob and his buddy Rob.
Bill.
I remember the very first Farmageddon when I first met Rob. He had a bunch of targets set up, conduit all bent, and he'd use as a base, to put it in the ground. That fucking conduit got shot more than the fucking target.
They blew the shit out of
You
everything.
guys are better shooters now.
Yeah, but not the people we invite. They're still fucking amateurs.
You had that wood table set up with
Give me
all
a
the
break,
steel
man.
plates
I'll
on
get
it.
better.
Look at that one.
Except that guy from California. He's all right.
And
I was
over
in-
here's my fishing pole. I got a fishing pole.
I was in the chair for, so I can't shoot. But I bought one of those uppers, TR, the one you had in your video.
Yeah, I seen you said that in the internal. Yeah, that's cool.
100
That's a nice upper. It really is.
Mine was I paid $169 with free shipping. No bulk carry group, no charging handle.
Yeah. I caught them on a deal. There was a whole rifle kit other than the lower. I got the.
Well, I had a lower. I got a charging handle. Somewhere I got the upper.
Okay. Bulk carrier group.
I'm sorry. I got a bulk carrier. I just can't remember where I left it.
Well, y'all hear Gouger Mountain's going out of business, right?
Who?
Gouger Mountain. Gander Mountain.
Gander Mountain.
Oh shit! They got one of
That's
those
it.
in Winchester, Virginia.
Yeah, it's going out of business. So apparently, I was listening to Machine Gun Kelly today, and he was reporting that Camping World, Marcus Lemonis, the guy that's like a big player in Camping World, he bought, I guess, all the leases and all the stores and everything, but they liquidated all of the inventory to an independent like company or something like that. So I don't know if you're going to be able to go in there and get going out of business prices on shit or not. I don't know. Anyway, it's an interesting situation. I don't know if like Camping World is going to take over Gander Mountain.
That's the one I talked about, Camping World, a few months, 3 or 4 months ago, coming public under him as chairman. I like that company a lot.
Oh, they're a bunch of shysters. I wouldn't go near them.
That's why I like them. They're so damn expensive, and most RVers have no options when they show up and their rigs busted down. So,
man,
they're the only real national coast to coast RV place that people would go to get an RV fix.
Well,
yeah, they can fucking eat a dick though, because they suck.
Yeah.
I think SoCal says a bowl of dicks.
Yeah, I was either going to say a bowl of dicks or an entire bag of dicks, but
yeah,
either one, just eat a bag of dicks.
So I'm going to move my camera here because Radio Shack went out of business, and I spent about $250 there.
you're such a fucking nerd.
Yeah, they're props for the videos, pops. Everybody's got to bring something to the table.
Well, I'd be buying it. They pulled back on a secondary offer was coming, but man, I love it. That's just me. That
everybody needs a comms guy in their prepper group. That's my thing.
You would be the one, no doubt. You do that space age, off the wall shit that nobody even knew was possible.
Shit, when at TR, I'm holding back. Wait till I retire.
Ham radios are your friend, despite how geeky and retarded they make you look.
You'll notice in all my videos, I don't ever talk to anybody. It's all digital. Nothing more I hate in the world than going to a ham fest. Bunch of 700-pound guys with windowless vans. They creep me out.
well, I don't know.
That is true.
Gone to a moonshine gathering there. That's you ever been to one of them? One of the big distillery shows and stuff.
Rosie, we don't use that word. It's mountain water.
I don't know. I've been making it for a lot of years here, so whatever you call it.
I've been briefed. That's not the right word. It's it's cultural insensitivity. It's water. Spring water, mountain water,
Holy water,
Fire water.
maybe, but never that M word. You never use the M word.
White dog.
Rape vans. Big Johnson. He's like those. He's talking about the fucking what the hell kind of radios are those again? Ham radio guys or rape vans?
I'm laughing because I know the people.
Oh shit!
Sardi was one of them.
Ham
That's
fests
like the regular, the average Joe looking ham radio operator is, what the hell's his first name? Desardi.
Yeah, the guy from Doomsday Preppers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
the Tennessee
Tubby.
horse.
Tubby
Operating
with
out of
like
a-
lesions and sores all over his body because he hasn't showered in like 9 weeks and just
operating
really
out of a-
lonely and a little smelly.
You go to Hamfest. You go to Hamfest. The cops are scanning the license plates in the parking lot.
Yeah, operating out of mom's basement.
No, not operating. It's just a radio because they didn't get the antenna up.
Yeah,
You'd have to go up the stairs to do that.
much less the license.
I think we turned Blue off on getting licensed now.
Come on, Blue. Just do it.
Yeah, he's taking notes.
Yeah, I missed most of the conversation. I went out for a smoke break.
Well, you totally missed a ton.
Damn.
I was gonna say,
right.
I don't think you really missed anything, but I'm gonna go out on a limb.
I think whenever I came back down, it was 700-pound men in a windowless van. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I missed that part.
That pretty much summarizes it.
Every general licensee fits in that category, except for like TR. He's the odd man out.
TR's got a pickup.
But I don't talk on the radio. I just got the license. That's the difference, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I own the license.
He's the stalker of the ham world. He just listens in.
Yeah, they refer to him as Lurker.
Lurker 25.
Yeah,
gotta have a number.
Lurker 259er Foxtrot Delta. Can you hear me, Lurking? Come on back.
I was all into the ham radio and, got all the equipment and all that. And then I found YouTube chats and I just lost all interest in the ham radio. It's like, I just ain't got time for that shit. But I got it.
Yeah, ham radio is like watching scrambled porn, I mean, it's like kind of, it's okay, but you only catch a glimpse here and there.
Well, if you squint really, really hard, the boobs come out a lot better.
I noticed that.
I hate to admit this, but if you ever set up slow scan TV on the HF bands, it's porn coming out of Europe.
I don't doubt it one bit. We don't even need that anymore. You just type in something on fucking Google and it comes up. There is no such thing as stealing dad's porno magazines anymore. I've got nothing to worry about with my kids.
Well, it's illegal for a U.S. operator to do it, but the Europeans, it's protected speech. So they'll take porn pictures and transmit them on slow scan TV with their call sign on it. And then the next picture will be with them with their grandkids. You're like, really, dude?
I mean, are there really porn magazines still? I thought they just went out of style a long time ago.
There's still at least our local sheets. You always have that one guy that's in there, like he'll stand there and he's like thumbing through the whole Playboy. It's like, what the fuck?
He's looking through all the good articles,
I heard Playboy was going to quit having naked chicks in it.
Yep.
They're going to go back to having them.
I thought it was no full nudity anymore. I thought they were just going back to the old 50s way or something.
Yeah, I know they were supposed to do away with total nudity. They may have went back to nudity. Playboy wasn't never that risque anyway. I mean, they were pretty tame.
Yeah, that was pretty high class. I mean, I haven't seen one in probably 30 fucking years, but
You could, if you're in the service, you can get them at Stars and Stripes. Lies.
Well, is it story time with Blue? Because I got a great fucking story about a porn magazine. It's not real long.
Oh boy, here we go.
Go right ahead.
There goes TR's chance to monetize the chat.
Oh no.
It starts with, okay, so my mom found this
No,
Okay, now continue.
worse than
I was eating a salad.
it is so more worse than any of that. That basically what happened was I bought a new, back at the time it was a Dodge Neon RT, which was like the little, you know, rice burner style. It had the wing on it. It was a fucking fast car. The one guy I work with, he's like, hey, you know, I was thinking about getting one of these Neons. Do you mind if I drive it out to the house and show my wife? I was like, go ahead, take it out there. You know, I don't give a shit because I'm working. So he drives it, takes it out. He's gone for about an hour. Comes back, drives it, and he's like, yeah, it's too small for us. I got a family of 5, and it's just not going to work. I'm like, oh, no big deal. So it was maybe 2-3 weeks later. Well, my wife at the time, I guess the ex-wife, she's like, hey, you know, the car's getting pretty dirty. I'm gonna keep it. You take the other car to work, and I'm gonna clean it. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. So it was, I don't know, halfway through my shift, I hear this car pull up, which it had a noticeable muffler on it, and I knew it was my car. She gets out screaming and fucking yelling, is there something you need to tell me about? And I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, this is what I found underneath your driver's seat. And it was a porn magazine with big black females in it, completely naked, like all sorts of different poses. Here, the guy fucking put it underneath my seat and never told me about it. And I didn't even think anything of it. The worst part is that whenever she was cleaning the car, she took it to her mom's house, and her mom was helping her, and her mom's the one that found it. So that was
Now, how much of that fucking story is true?
Is that the first wife?
Yeah, that was the first wife.
All right. I call that the dry run.
Oh boy, that was. And he did not admit to doing that until maybe even a month after. I was like, I don't know where the fuck it come from. I have no idea where this came from. And he kept his mouth shut for about another month, and then finally he told her that it was him. And of course, by that point in time, it was that I had talked him into.
Oh yeah, covering for you. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I was done. But that's my porn story. Don't fucking let your buddy borrow your car.
I was expecting you to say that she found used condoms. That's what I was expecting.
No, actually, I did that to my other guy that I used to work with. Fucking, we were out at the bar the one night, and in all the bars they have those. You put in 50 cents or whatever, you turn it, you get a condom. He was fucking snookered. So I bought one of those condoms and I put it in his front pocket, and he had no fucking idea I even did it. That's how bad he was. And he went home to his wife, and she found that. And you know, there's some shit you just shouldn't do to other guys.
That's fucked up, Blue.
Well, he ended up marrying her. So
Yeah, I would have shoot your ass in the face.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bail out. I got company coming for the next 10 days, family. So I want to thank you all. I won't be on next week, TR, but thank you as usual, Meat, and, Rick, and Pops, and Coms, and Blue. Good to see you guys in side chat. Be safe.
Yeah, good chatting with you, Rosie.
Take care, Rosie. Be safe.
Yep.
see you later.
Check those batteries in your smoke detectors, right, Rick?
That's right. Well said.
Take care, everybody.
Night night.
Oh, shit. All right.
Let's talk about guns or something.
Okay.
Oh, that's not my favorite subject, but I can probably talk about that.
I got a Glock handy. How about that?
Is that the one that jams all the time?
Never seen one of those.
Is that the one that jams all the time?
No, shoot. It actually shoots pretty good. It can't shoot a Texas shooting star for shit, though. It's not accurate enough for that.
I have a Glock that did the same thing to me.
There you go,
funny.
TR. There's my CZ.
Yeah, my Glock could not handle that Texas Star either.
Hey, Blue, you got to show SoCal your
We're
California compliance.
we're the lawyer. Couldn't beat the lawyer either.
No, that was horrible, dude. I could not. I don't.
I was
I
pulling for you too, man. That's
I
just
hit
that.
one. That's still it pisses me off that I couldn't hit anything, but I mean that was. But I was man enough. I put the video up. I got beat fair and square, and
Yeah, that earned you some at least kudos. You know, at least I was bad. This is what happened. You know, at least you have some integrity.
So if you really
next
need
time
tactical
the
ninjas, dial 811. That's where the attorneys come in and actually start shooting.
The next time I go after that shooting star, I'm taking this because I think I got a better chance of hitting those motherfuckers this than I do that fucking lock.
Hey, the driveway when you come in is full of rocks. You should just put a bunch of rocks in your pocket, and when you run out of fucking bullets, you can just throw rocks at them.
Probably work better. Just start throwing rocks when
Yeah.
you run out of rocks, then start shooting. That'd
I
be the
lost
better way.
my. Talk about I literally lost files of Farmageddon. I lost that for about a week or
Oh,
two,
damn it.
and I finally found it. And it's got all my mistakes and how bad I sucked at Farmageddon on it. I'm thinking about burning it.
It's not a week, dude. It's been a month. Actually, a month and a half.
Well, it's been a week or two since I looked for it, and I was like, "Where's that fucking SD card at?"
Yeah, we've moved on from lead farming. We're farming corn and everything up there right now.
I'm a lead motherfucker.
I'm a lead farmer, mother. No, I put in 1,100-foot rows of corn, like 600-foot rows of bush beans, 2 big watermelon patches, and a shitload of okra. So we'll see what happens.
What the hell is an okra?
Don't worry about it. It's hard to explain. It's like trying to explain a spiral staircase without doing a screw sign with your finger.
I don't think they taste good, so don't even worry about it, Colin.
You got to fry them, otherwise it's not even worth it.
Yeah,
dripping
fried
next
or
tree.
in a soup, maybe.
Yeah, or gumbo or some shit.
Yeah.
Rick, aren't you married?
What's going on over here? There's some shit talking going on.
But if you seen that room, he wouldn't be anymore.
I'm like, why are you cleaning up after yourself? Aren't you married?
Who, me? This is the garage. She's not even allowed in here.
You should at least let her in there to pick up after your ass.
I had to buy another house for those rules.
Fuck.
I had to go out of state, build a cabin on a mountain.
So who wants to do some betting here about this whole target? So Thursday night, there'll probably be 22 shooters at least.
Where are they from?
I say it lasts 4.
4 shooters?
Four.
All right, let me write this shit down.
Let's make it a competition. I said the 4th shooter is busted.
Well, it depends. Are y'all shooting IDPA or what?
Yeah.
What?
See, the thing about these shooters is they actually want to hit the target. They're not out there
We're
for
shooting
fun.
IDPA.
So
Okay, if it's
they're not gonna miss.
IDPA, if it's IDPA, that target stand will be fine. It will be, matter of fact, it won't even be scared because the bullets won't even come nowhere near it.
Yeah, I like Rob's style. That's it. So Rob says 0.
No, it won't even get any. It won't even get a mark on it.
Yeah, I'm going to tend to agree.
I'll go with 8. 8 shots.
I'm going with 4. It's
8
California.
shooters or 8 shots?
No, 8. Christ, how fucking how?
I'm saying 4 holes. 4 holes in the PVC because you're in California.
You gotta pay attention to these videos.
Yeah, the competition is actually going to be in North Carolina where he lives. So, but it is an IDPA contest, so they take it real seriously.
8 shooters. The eighth shooter will shoot it.
And in IDPA, the speed does not matter. Accuracy pays heavily in IDPA. So therefore, the target stand comes back unscathed.
Well, there's still
Did I
speed
go back?
there.
Assessment. Within
All right, here
1
we
to
go.
4, the 4th shooter will hit it.
I'm going to go with nobody, and it never gets touched. But
But
I'm gonna go with
you got to autograph it and do a contest and give it away.
I got. I'll bet.
This time?
I'll bet $2 on that.
I say that by the, you said there's 22 shooters, 12th. By the 12th shooter, it'll be shot.
Wait, I wanna change my bet. I bet it falls out the back of the fucking truck before you get there and it's demolished.
So Roger
That's so
says
funny.
there's
That's
12
what
shooters.
Gravy said. That's exactly what Gravy said.
Oh shit, she did. Look at that. He gets caught in the
That's
tailgate.
awesome. What's up, Gravy? How you doing?
Gravy.
I love those people.
Talking about a target.
Yeah, Gravy and Les are of the
Big Johnson.
awesome
Hello.
individuals on YouTube ever.
Yeah. Well, just in period. They're,
All right, we'll
Oh.
see. I got it written down.
well, now that you know my bet, you're gonna strap it down better. But if I hadn't have said that, that shit would be on the fucking highway somewhere.
Hey Rick, be 4th and shoot it. I'll give you $50.
Do what?
Be 4th and shoot it. I'll give you $50.
Oh, all right.
He wants you to be the 4th one and shoot it on purpose.
I can do that for $50.
You got $100 in it. I wouldn't fuck it up for $50.
I've seen Brick shoot. He's fast, but he's not accurate. He'll miss the pipe 3 times in a row at least.
At least.
While he's aiming at it.
He could use a long rifle.
All right. Well, I'm going to shoot the shit out of that thing.
Big Johnson says he didn't see it. You want to show it off again?
Sure. Let me get set up.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's not mechanical where it actually moves, but it's a portable PVC one.
No, it was moving.
No, mine wasn't, but it was after the asshole took a fucking shotgun to it. I'm like, what the fuck? It just fucking.
I see how it works. It's gravity fed, and it just feeds itself through a couple of spindles. It looks like. Yeah, that thing looks like a shot.
I'm telling you, a few shots, that son of a bitch is gone.
All right, you ready? Can you see it?
All right, wait. Don't do it yet.
Why not? Boom.
I'm just kidding. Hey, what triggers it to make it go? Oh, you have to, is a string you stand back and do it or what?
Yeah, basically it's this. This is a spare one. So you got the inside pipe. And then it just,
Yeah, but what triggers it? Like normally in the last
Right
match
here.
I was at, you had to hit a steel target and it fell down on that and pulled the pin, and then you shot at the spinning target. So
yeah, normally that would be like that. This one's either going to be set up where it falls, something will be tied to this string where it pulls it out. But it's just basically when it's all the way up, it'll be right here like that. Then you pull the, oops.
all right, I get
This
it.
was the first try.
Right. No, I'm just wondering what actuates it.
Yeah, just a trip line.
So like as you're walking through the course, you'll hit that and it'll start moving.
I was being
I mean, I would just shoot at it before I started walking. That's all.
Well, it won't. It'll be like this. You won't even. You won't have a chance to.
Okay.
I bet you with his tape measure gun, he could go around the corner and shoot like square in the A zone.
I got this gun. Yeah. Get some of that.
That fourth shot hit the pipe.
I know you're talking about competition shooters, but do you remember that wood table you built with the metal targets on it at that first Farmageddon, Rob? How bad that son of a bitch got shot up?
I mean, the first shot, it blew the fucking table apart. I swear to God. And then I was like, holy shit, we're supposed to shoot this thing all day. And I didn't realize how bad of a shot people were. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't hit a piece of steel. I mean, it was destroyed. The whole table was destroyed. It was ridiculous. that was a big lesson for me, man.
I feel bad because I know I'm responsible for at least breaking the chain on at least 2 gongs at Farmageddon twice.
Yeah, but that don't matter. That's why we keep that wire. You just throw more wire on it and you're done. I mean, but anyway, it was, and then yeah, Roger, you remember I had that piece of wood sitting up on the plastic sawhorses. Them plastic sawhorses got destroyed too. It was a shit
If we
show.
didn't shoot it, we burn it.
Well, the first Farmageddon, I literally brought a 16-foot trailer full of fun. We had to unload the whole trailer, set everything up, shoot, eat lunch, shoot, and then pack all that shit back in the trailer and be gone by fucking sundown. So it was a very short event, but it was fun too. But anyway,
it was a lot of fun. It was like he packed out. We unpacked all this shit. Or I wasn't involved in too much of that, but when we put it back, it was just like we packed back pieces of shit.
That's exactly right. We brought shit and we left with pieces of shit. Oh man, but that dude had a nice skeet setup. That's what I think why we had a lot of fun out there. Because he had a really cool setup, and he sat in his golf cart and just threw clays all afternoon, and we just sat there and blew shit up. It was a lot of fun.
So, what are you going to officially call Farmageddon 1?
What do you mean?
Farmageddon, the test run.
A beta test.
Because you got 16 and 17 that are Farmageddons, but is that 2 and 3 or 1 and 2?
Oh, it don't matter. I mean, I don't really look at them like that.
Yeah.
It's just a year or whatever.
And Rob was really the only YouTubers there. There was one other guy there that had a YouTube channel, and I don't even remember who it was. On videos, or maybe have 1 or 2 up or something.
Oh, it might have been Bobby. He might have been in the first one.
So that was more of a date.
It was somebody else, but yeah. But like I said, I don't even know if he done videos. It was the first time, the first Farmageddon or whatever. Yeah. Like you said, the test run. It was a test run. That's all it was.
Look at that shit. That's
well, we're not even going to have one in 17. So 18. So you better hold on to them targets.
There's not going to be an 18?
No, I'm selling the farm.
The first one was actually before Rob even owned his farm.
That's right.
So is that Last-Mageddon then?
Yeah, the first one is First Mageddon, and the last one was Last Mageddon. and the very first one is called Test Mageddon.
Test Mageddon.
We are having Fall Mageddon, though. I will say that.
Oh, jeez. You're going to have an island?
Man, I got another spool today. Now I got 2 7-footers and 2 8-footers. We're going to make that course out where you got to actually get up on it and roll it like a fucking mouse in a treadmill and fucking shoot while you're making the big spool roll or something. It's going to be awesome. You're going to feel like a mouse in a cage.
Did you end up cutting one of those square for a table?
Not yet. They're still all sitting on at my shop property. I got a buddy who's got a 24-foot trailer, so I'm gonna haul them all up there next weekend.
You could do one where you have to stand on it as it's rolling. And
No, that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna set one up on a ramp, right? And the starting place is gonna be on the wheel, and you're gonna pull the pin, and that thing's gonna roll, and you're gonna have to like the log guys do. You're gonna have to backpedal it and then shoot while you're backpedaling it. And I'm sure that'll be safe. I'm not really worried about not being safe. So
yeah, because if you're gonna do that, just fucking hook the zip line up.
Yeah, might as well.
That or get the golf cart going.
No, the zip line's dangerous, y'all. We can't do that.
Golf cart.
I think the golf cart races should definitely start again next year.
I'm thinking about doing a dirt track with some go-karts or something like that. with
guns, right?
With guns mounted on them, you can shoot each other's tires out or something like that.
I like that idea.
No, I'm sure no one will get hurt.
No.
That sounds safe. Y'all do know I run a safe event, right?
Absolutely.
That's true.
I was there.
Call it like
safe.
Kind of be like Mario Karts or something. Shoot bottle rockets and those flares.
Yeah, I say we hook the flares to the back of the car and make the cars go faster.
Ooh.
No, set it up so that every time you hit the cart with a bullet, a flare goes off.
No, tannerite.
When you run out of flares, then you have to like pull off and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We bury tannerite, and then you drive around, and the spectators get to shoot the tannerite and try to blow you up while you're going around the track.
Yeah, there you go. That's better still.
Now we're talking.
I want to volunteer to be a shooter, not a driver.
We need to do the 45 beer can thing still.
Yeah, I know. We didn't have enough time, but I saved the old buds, so unless somebody took them.
Do you have one of those can shooters that attaches to the lower?
No, I got a golf ball shooter.
You get old Big Johnson out there, he can hit a ball.
He claims he's coming next time, if there is a next time, which,
At least you have a sponsor for next year, if it happens to happen. Acme.
Beep beep zip tang.
Is this going to be a CZ sponsored event?
Yeah, you got to be shooting CZs only, or you can't come on the property.
All right.
CZ Mafia for life.
That's right. I gotta weed out the riffraff somehow.
I know somebody buying a CZ right now.
I know about 35 people's probably buying.
I went and shot my CZ today at the range, and I know this is going to come off as braggy, but it's not my intent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And so this guy named Dave, who's I've known for maybe 10 years at the local range, on and off, whatever. He kind of comes and goes. He's an employee, then he's not, then he is, then he's not. He came out into the range, and I'm like, hey, man, check that thing out right there. And he's like, is that what I think it is? And I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead. And I hand him a full mag, and he shoots like 4 bullets out of it. I'm like, come on, dude, do it. And then like 3 minutes later, another guy comes down. He's like, hey, Dave said you have a CZ. Can I try it? Go ahead, man. I hand him a full mag. And this went on for like 10, 15 minutes, like these people trickling out of the store coming into the range to shoot the damn thing. I felt like a damn celebrity. It was kind of cool.
Could have sold fucking tickets to that motherfucker.
Yeah, none of them said it sucked.
Oh, Com's got his Patron count up.
Yep, I got that for TR.
Good man.
I took it to the post office. They're like, "Oh, you can't mail that. That's alcohol." So, all right, I'll go to the UPS store, and they're like, "License?" It's like, "No." Well, you can't mail that. I was like, "All right." Well, I like TR, but I ain't driving it down, so I'm gonna drink this shit.
Have you never fucking heard of putting the goddamn thing in a box with just TRprepper's address on it, no return address, and just fucking ship it? Don't say nothing to nobody. Just
Yeah.
It's probably under 16 ounces, which means it does go first class postage, which does mean you can address it one way, which does mean you can really not worry about it.
I'm pretty close to the finish line, Blue, that I don't need somebody like you showing up at my door, my ticket.
it's
If they find out there's shit in it, all they can do is throw it away. They don't coming after you. I ship fifth of liquor to United States Postal Service. I don't give a shit. I sent freaking one of them holiday packages, the Real Cobra Burnout. He's all the way in like Montana or somewhere. You just got to package it right.
It's got to be ground, right?
I don't know. I just send it USPS. I don't give a shit how they send it.
Yeah, when a TR heads up to Pennsylvania and we go up to set up Blue's solar power system, I'll give TR his Patron contribution then.
Looks like he drank it all already.
I got a couple more. It came in a 6-pack.
A 6-round clip. Oh, did I just say that?
It was a high capacity Patron donation.
Well, yeah, we call that fishing on credit down here.
The clipazine.
Oh, shit.
They was actually, if you look up that
Go.
Patron account crap, there's some actually other videos of people actually done that shit too, Rob.
Really? That's awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't copy nobody. I swear to God.
I know you didn't. Hell, I thought it was pretty original too. But if you type in Patron account, you'll find these other fucking videos of people we don't know and we have no association with them. And I was like, well, damn, some other people caught on to this too.
Maybe they thought that shit was real and they jumping on board. I don't know.
Well, it could be. They might have seen our shit.
Yeah, all your bottles.
Hey, Pops, I really did try to respond to TR's video. I went to the point of Googling, see if I could get a gift card for a local liquor store and send it to him. I found like 2 liquor stores where TR lives. Yeah, I did the Google Street View and everything. I'm like, yeah, that don't look like a normal liquor store. Find one where there's some blacktop on the road. I was like, yeah, I don't think they're going to have a gift card program.
You got to look for the red dots, then you know it's legit.
I just saw EBT accepted.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
what the fuck happened to Rick? Is anybody else just seeing like a fucking eyeballs and a hat?
He's doing he's house Wolverine chat.
He's house cleaning, mopping and cleaning the floor.
Looks like a fucking minion.
Well, he's from California. That's just kind of the look a lot of his friends see.
I'm your neighbor. I'm on Tool Time.
Wilson. No, Wilson's name's already taken. Calm's Prepper's name's Wilson because we never see his face.
All right, I got to break. Since we just bullshitting, send me the fucking 50-round Glock mag. They're sending me some AR and AK-47 mags and a fucking gift card for fucking ammo now.
No shit.
Don't blow this, TR. You can turn this into some real Patron.
Hey, do they make 50 BMG magazines?
I don't know. I have to ask.
Ask them if they do, man. I'll send you the Barrett. You can just be like, yeah, I need something to support the channel here. And
all right.
It'd be cool if they had some way to don't feed that thing.
What kind of gift card is it, TR?
I don't know. I'll take whatever they give me.
Oh, I'm just saying, if it's Visa or MasterCard, you can go down to the liquor store and get some Patron.
That's true.
That's true.
And then shoot some Patron bottles with it when you make the video for these guys on their magazines.
And I didn't notice it till today. because he sent me an email today. You know, and I was like, well, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll make a video whenever I get them and blah, blah, blah. And I did not contact these people. They contacted me. And then I actually really looked at his address and the company and all that. He's a fucking vice president of the fucking company. I was like, holy shit, how the fuck do you find my video?
Dude, that's awesome, man.
One drunk night on YouTube.
I mean, not that it's a big deal. I just thought it's like my little channel and you found me and send me some shit free. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it.
The first hit of crack is free.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great quote.
Yeah. The next time they say, hey, we want to send you the AR-15 magazine, say, ah, shit, man, I don't have an AR. Can you send me a gift card?
Well, no, I gave him a list. I was like, look, because he asked me, he's like, do you have any other kind of guns? And I just listed, okay, I got AR-15, AK-47. You know, what do you make? I'll fucking I'll test anything you got.
Next time, be like, yeah, I got a Barrett M82A1, I got an AR-15, AK-47.
Yeah, you should have put everything we have too.
Yeah,
Hey.
I didn't think about that.
Tell them you got a Ruger American Rancher rifle. And somebody needs to make a high capacity magazine for it. I can't believe nobody makes an aftermarket magazine for this bolt action.
The one for the semi-auto don't fit it?
No, it's a custom magazine. It's a 5-round magazine. Very similar to the 1022, but on steroids. And nobody makes an aftermarket for it.
I wonder if we can make one out of wood.
Pops, you make one out of wood, I'll make a video.
PVC pipe.
Oh, don't worry, I can make one out of wood. I can make any fucking thing out of wood. Don't you threaten me with a good time. But I don't think it'll last very long.
It's just got to last one video. I'll send you the one magazine I got.
That would be interesting. That would actually be an interesting video to see somebody make one out of wood, just to see it work one time. Even if it doesn't work, just to fucking see it, like actually fit into the rifle. One round gets shot. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I could.
SoCal could teach me how to Photoshop that shit to make it look like it worked.
Yeah. No problem. I do it on my videos all the time.
No, you got
just get that fake cabinet sticker shit, veneer stuff, and put it on there. Make it look wood.
Yeah, my shit'll run. Don't worry about that. If I make something and I send it to you, that shit's gonna work like a fucking Swiss clock.
It'll be a single stack mag, but hey, it'll work.
Hey, whatever. It'll be 3 foot long. It'll be a fucking 75 rounder.
The fucking mag weighs like 70 pounds. He's got.
Still waiting for that 8-foot.
There won't be no magazine spring. It'll just be a bunch of fucking rubber bands crammed down in there.
Where's the 8-foot reloader at, Rob?
But you can stand up and use it as a tripod or a bipod or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. Now somebody sees the perfection in that. Yes.
All right, I'm going to share this page out. Can you guys see it? Can you see the magazine here?
That's a rotary magazine.
Yeah, but it's about 3.5 inches long. But if it sits flush in the bottom of the rifle,
yeah, but that's
for 5.56.
Yeah. What the fuck? What's the deal with the little zigzaggy pattern on the top? What's up with that?
It has something to do with getting around and shit. I don't know. Let me change the other picture.
Oh no! Oh yeah, it's where it locks in or something. Yeah.
I got a way you can fix that, Combs.
What's that?
Just sell that fucking gun and get something else.
That gun, man. That's what I use my suppressor on and shoot groundhogs.
Well,
groundhogs.
Groundhogs can't hear. Why the fuck you need a suppressor?
Because I wear hearing aids.
By the time they fucking hear it, it's too late.
I got tired of cleaning the AR with the suppressor. I was like, I think I want a bolt action.
I would just get an AK-47 and Spend the money on ammo instead.
Just put some freaking tannerite by each hole and wait for the little bastard to come out. That's a video. You want to make some?
I think they made a video about that on a
That's how
golf.
you make Patron money right there.
Put the tannerite in a have-a-heart trap. Wait till they go in and then hit the trap.
No, you ruin the trap.
That's what we do down here on the coast. You put a have-a-heart trap in your attic. The minute the raccoon gets in there, you take the trap out to the end of the dock and you throw it in the creek.
My great grandfather used to catch
crab
stuff.
food.
He used to catch stuff on his property in upstate New York, and he had a 55-gallon drum full of water. And he didn't care what went in that trap. He'd walk over to the drum and throw the trap in.
Well, at least this way I'm feeding the fish, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the squirrels were in my attic, and them fucking squirrels, they said they'll come back from like 40 miles. I'm thinking, I'm doing the math on the gas and everything. I'm like, man, fuck off. I'm not driving 40 fucking miles to unleash a squirrel, you know?
You gotta go 41 miles or you're going to be fucked.
Yeah, that summit is going to go for crab bait.
Well, just I've checked into this, Rob. I'll go ahead and tell you this. It's actually illegal to relocate a animal.
No,
You can trap it, kill it, but you can't relocate it. So if you throw it in the creek or tub, however the fuck you want to dispose of it, that's legal. If you actually take it to somewhere else and let it out, that's illegal.
Damn, I didn't know that. Wow.
What if
That's fine.
What if you're transporting it to kill it?
Well, I mean, as long as you kill it, you just can't let it loose somewhere else.
But it got away from me.
So if you take it 3 doors down and you let it loose in your neighbor's attic, that's cool?
No, that's illegal.
Damn it. Fuck. Breaking the law.
In South Carolina, you can kill any predator if it's damaging your property, your crops, your livestock, or whatever. You can trap it, but you can't let it loose somewhere else.
Florida will take
You can call the DNR and they'll tell you to fuck off.
You can send it to California. It's perfectly legal. They take anybody.
Yeah, well, that's true. They'll probably call it the refugee thing and they'll put it in a damn sanctuary city there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send it to Germany.
Driver's license and healthcare.
Yeah, exactly. They'll set up a park and
it'll get to vote.
bring squirrels, raccoons, anything you want.
A squirrel safe space.
Yes. They provide them puppies and Play-Doh. Let them like decompress and acclimate themselves to their surroundings, and then they will rehabilitate them and then teach them to beg for money with everybody else.
Where's the downside in California now?
Exactly. It's a wonderful place to live. Oh, wait. You're not allowed to defend yourself. That's right. Never mind.
But if you catch somebody breaking into your house, can you relocate them?
As long as they're willing to be relocated. If not, you have to just let them sit on your couch until they're ready to leave.
So you can't build a man-size have-a-heart trap and like put like a pizza and a sign that says free shit and catch them?
No, that would be entrapment and or I think there's another word. Maybe Blue can help me out, but yeah, you're not allowed to
entrapment. That's the word.
Is it?
Are you allowed to shoot them in the face?
No, only if they try to shoot you in the face first.
And make sure they fall within your doorstep. If you shoot them and in the movies, like they fall back like 10 feet, like boom, and then that big explosion happens, make sure you grab them by the collar so they fall into the house.
Yeah, we can't even get away with that. If they come in with a baseball bat, yeah, you got to throw them a baseball, basically.
If you got a 2-story house in Virginia and it's at night, yeah, they better be on the 2nd floor. Because in Virginia, if you wake up in the middle of the night and hear something, walk downstairs with a firearm, you're going to jail because you closed the distance. You became the aggressor.
Yep. Fuck that.
We're a duty to retreat state.
Yeah, South Carolina.
You're sleeping downstairs.
South Carolina, the no duty to retreat.
We're gonna blow you the fuck up, state.
You don't even have to be on your own property. You have no duty to retreat no matter where the fuck you at. Sidewalk, park, neighbor's yard, your yard. You don't have a duty to retreat. Now, I ain't saying you can attack your fucking neighbor, but I'm just saying that if you're attacked, no matter where you're at, you have no duty to retreat.
We are a shoot 'em in the face state.
Where I'm at, a jury just acquitted a guy. Well, not just. This has been about 3-4 years ago. Drunk guy wrecked his car, went up to the dude's house and was like banging, banging, banging. Went to the window, banging, banging, banging. To another window, made about 3/4 away around the house, and then started back toward the front door. Made it to the fucking front door again. He's fucking bang, bang, bang. Dude shot him through the door, and he was acquitted.
North Carolina's trying to change that law right now. Did you see that? I can't remember what bill it is, but they're trying to change the castle doctrine, basically.
Where's the state down in the Carolinas where you can run over the protesters now if they block the road?
Was that in Tennessee?
North Carolina.
We refer to them as cockroaches, but
Actually, North Carolina just passed a law. You can't target protesters, but if they're in your way, you can fucking run over them.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
And that passed. America.
It's fucking stupid that there even has to be a bill out there for that to pass. That should be just a goddamn. Look at what happened in California. You know, I mean, we touch on this almost every chat. Dude gets drug out of his fucking truck. Well, about time.
Well, LA riots. Reginald Denny.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
In 1992?
And stopped. They drug him out and beat him. Either beat him to death or beat him within an inch of his death.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
They had a TV show last week where they called it LA 92. He's, slurred speech, 30-something skull fractures, but he lived through it.
Yeah.
And the guy
he was in a transfer truck.
And the guy who hit him with the brick got like 3 years.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Pickup truck. If you're in my they hadn't passed that law in South Carolina, but I'm not giving you the opportunity to stop me, my fucking truck, and kill me or beat me within an inch of my life. No, you were a speed bump. That's all you are to me.
That's right.
We call those people traction.
Flip the switch, put low 2,
Red
low 4, move on.
You just became traction.
Hashtag red streaks.
Holy Christ. I didn't even realize this. That those riots where Denny was attacked at, it lasted 6 days, left 55 dead, and more than 2,000 people injured.
Yeah.
Probably $1 billion worth of damage due to the fires that those fucking animals started.
Blue?
I was working that day.
I watched it live. I mean, that was back before you had like Netflix and shit. I mean, it was like pay-per-view TV, man. People were like, it was like the biggest surge of pizza ordering ever. I mean, it was around the clock for 6 straight days. Yep. People calling in sick from work just watching the riots and shit burn.
What riots were that?
LA riots in 92.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not really America, but yeah, that's cool.
Now what sparked that off? What was the spark that led to that?
The acquittal of the LAPD officers who beat Rodney King for the state charges.
Yep. As soon as you said Rodney King, we must all get along, or can't we all just get along, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
If the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
Blue, how young are you?
That was a different one.
in 90, I would have been in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, I started to say Blue's like 10 years younger than all of us.
Shit, I was already out of the Air Force watching that.
I was on a fire engine going to that shithole.
You guys were getting shot at. The firemen, I remember that.
Yeah, Moreno Valley is kind of a shithole to the south. They started doing the same crap. They basically thought it was cool to copy them. So we got diverted, went to Moreno Valley.
I remember videos they were showing the newscast people showing holes in the fire trucks getting shot at.
Yeah, we had to train. Basically, they called it a pyramid or some shit like that. It was so long ago now. But you would have your one engine would come in, the next engine would block it, and then the third one in the back would come across. So the guys could basically have a little bit of protection around them. But I remember I was in an open cab Spartan, and they had issued us military flak vests. And I had one, I'm in the back by myself, so I'm exposed on both sides. There's 2 ways to get in. So I had a little crash axe, and I had one vest I was wearing as a vest and one over my legs, thinking, holy fuck, I'm going to get killed. But I made it. We didn't get to go to the crazy cool stuff in LA, though. We got diverted.
With the flak jackets, are you talking like flak jackets for ballistics or flak jackets for like
Flak?
scrap metal? Yeah, I mean,
No, it was the military, like bulletproof vests with the big tall collar. They're all green.
Yeah, those are flak vests.
That's a flak vest. Yeah, that's just level 3.
Yeah.
Bullets go right through those.
were they super thick? Or was
No. Back the truck up. The bolts don't just go right through those. Those can survive a 44 Magnum round. Now, this newer ammo they're making with the high velocity, like civil defense, that shit'll go through there. But those motherfuckers, those flak vests are pretty durable, man. I've tested them.
It was better than nothing.
I remember the testing you did on those. That was good stuff.
You talking about the Vietnam era surplus vest in '92?
That's right. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, they were solid green with the big tall collar.
Yep.
They smelled like diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Probably.
Shit.
I wore one on my legs, and then I had one on my, on my body. And my little crash axe deal is probably like this long. Basically a hatchet looking kind of deal, but made for cutting airplanes apart. That was my weapon of choice. Because that's all we had.
All right, boys, I got to wrap this up. I got to get to work in the morning.
Yep, I'm about to. I'm sure TR is probably going to shut it down once he gets back. But I'm at the same boat you're in.
I hear you. I got stuff to do too.
Housekeeping stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Playing with PVC pipe.
Got to clean up all those white little filings on his freaking garage floor from that project.
I just cleaned. I cleaned the countertop.
Rick's hitting the pipe.
All right, TR.
Right, guys.
All right, yeah, I got to roll, brother.
Yeah, we need to end this. We're going over 2 hours, so let's go. So, anybody want to do an outro?
Nope. Sure.
I'm good. I'm just gonna hang the fuck up.
Hang it up.
Yeah.
2,000 sub giveaway. We're done. We got 2,000 subs, so we're doing it. So
Well,
look for the video.
Go ahead and wrap this up. So, anyway, hey everybody, thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining us tonight. A lot of good people here, good channels, and we'll see you next time.